morning, sir. Welcome to PSN. Thank you for being here with us today. I am Priyanka. She is Ishani.
Hello, sir. So, thank you for taking out the time and being here with us. And
Yeah.
we would really like to start by knowing how exactly did you come up with this idea of Dvijan, and what kind of work is it doing?
Yeah, thank you, the Pravisha entire network to offering this wonderful opportunity to share the experiences in all these 20 years span of time. And I thank each and every one of you in the team who is really supporting the Mr. Pratyush, by all means. So let me start with myself and then let me switch over to Dvijan. Mine is basically a dental surgeon becoming a maxillofacial surgeon. Then later I gone for a world cancer training program in US and uh, Korea. Then I come back. So I started my own center to teach my fellows, like those who have done my maxillofacial surgery, those who are interested to choose oral cancer treatment as a choice. For them, the treatment, the training protocol and training schedule is very limited when they are doing the post graduation time. So I started this center to enhance, to bring back the skills to the maxillofacial surgeon, those who are already exposed to oral cancer treatment. So with that, Dvi means second. According to Sanskrit myth, it's called Dvi is second. Jan is Janma, it is second birth. They are giving second birth to the patient by giving that proper treatment. So in that way, the Dvijan has been named. So basically, we do exclusive oral cancer and reconstruction treatment training program. And after 17 years of experience in a different university, I've joined the Savita Dental College as a unit head for oral cancer and reconstructive microsurgery. So in that way, we are helping the students, those who have done their post graduation, as well as doing their post graduation. We are giving a training. That is the main thing. Apart from that, we have a hospital set up to treat exclusively for oral maxillofacial surgery and high specialty treatment for oral cancer also. This is the brief history about the Tujan training program.
I think so. It's a very unique name. So, could you elaborate more on the name and like how the origin and the meaning? You like to know more
So
about
the
this.
Sanskrit, the Dvi, Do means two, as you all know that better than us. Dvi is second, Jan is Janma. Janma is birth. Second birth is given for the patient those who have badly suffered and mutilated face. So this is called Dvijan. Reconstructing the face is called Dvijan, giving a second birth. Basically, this Dvijan belongs to one kind of at the age of 7, all the temporary teeth are replaced by a permanent tooth. It start shedding of the old teeth called as milk teeth or deciduous teeth. Those teeth are replaced by a new teeth, new set of permanent teeth. So this happens at the age of 7. In some of the communities in India, as we all very well know, they put the sacred thread at the age of 7. Sacred thread, the holy thread that is given for a boy. So both are coinciding, and that is a second birth for the child also. He starts thinking on his own, and is given an opportunity to get a proper guru to get trained in that. So thinking all this thing together, and this name has been given to it. From cancer point of view, we are giving a second birth. We are treating the cancer, and we are reconstructing the mutilated face as a result of ablative surgeries. That is why the Dvijan came as like that.
Very interesting name indeed, and a unique concept behind it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, before
So
doing
yeah,
the virtual training, were you apprehensive about its success?
you mean success of the surgery? Yeah, microvascular
About the
surgery is
virtual
concerned is
training
more
that
than
you started.
97%. Sorry.
About the virtual training that you've started. Yeah.
Yeah, virtual training program. Now it has become a new dimension. When we started, it was with the aim of doing a physical training program. We conduct this program in virtually. Actually, it's microvascular training. Whereas now, by default, we are in the position to do it virtually, and it has been implemented right now from US Columbia University. we are having a tie-up, and many more, two more Indian universities, we have a tie-up to make this program successful. So far, we have done 19 batches in 7 years span of time. 19 batches. Each batch has contained 10 students at least. Totally 190 students have been trained, and many of them started practicing on the patients also. This is number one. Second is the virtual program is we have a specialist equipment which is compatible with the microscope. Before that, let me explain what is microvascular surgery so that you will understand what is what. See, basically, microvascular surgery is done for the patients, those who have got a mutilated face or mutilated organs. Either could be leg, limbs, or even the face. So we detach the excess tissue from the different part of the body along with the blood vessels and place in the face and connect with aid of microscope. Without microscope, the connection of the blood vessels is not practical. So we magnify using the microscope and do the surgery. Usually this kind of mutilation happens with high velocity trauma, and secondly, the oral cancer ablation. Most of the patients will lose even the normal parts in the face due to the ablative extensive surgeries to give a clearance for the cancer. So that defect has to be filled up with normal tissues obtained from the same patient along with the blood vessels, transported, and within the short span of time, we have to do the re-establish the blood circulation to the new tissue. Hope I am clear about this. Hope you all understand what I'm saying. For example, the leg has got excess tissue, hip has got excess tissue. From there, we take the tissues along with the blood vessels, place in the face, and the blood vessels are connected to the facial blood vessels so that the blood circulation is restored. The tissue which has been transported from the leg or the thigh is getting blood supply in the face. So this gives a basic seal for the patients. The patient will be able to speak and he can talk, or even the deglutition, everything is there. The swallowing reflex, everything is restored. So that is the basic idea of this. As it is done with the aid of microscope, it is called micro. Blood vessels are connected. It's called microvascular surgery, otherwise called a reconstructive microsurgery. That is the main aim of this uh, treatment part. So what is unique in this is what will happen to the tissue that has been taken from the leg. Does it have any problem? No, it won't have any problem at all. There will be a transient uh, uh, termination of function, maybe over 10 days or 2 weeks, not more than that. Once it is healed, the patient gains back the normal function. So the normal functionality is restored at the earliest. That is the main advantage of this procedure. Usually it is done by various other faculties, but maxillofacial surgeon started since 30 years now. Now we are on the verge of many advancements in the field. So which makes the process easy, and even the beginners can employ this method.
So we know virtual training is the need of the hour, and especially seeing the COVID situation. But in this case, like how effective it has been for you.
Yeah, in fact, this virtual program is really easy for everyone to learn from this. That is the first thing. And international faculties, when it is physical, when we started in 2012, the program needs faculty has to travel from one place to another. The participant has to get accommodated in one place, assembled in one place, and microscopes, everything is all physical. Whereas now, after the recent innovations in many aspects of virtual programs, neither the participants nor the faculties need to travel from one place to another. They can be as it is in their own lab or even at home. So from there, if they spend some $500 to $1,000, they can save the money for traveling. All these things are spared to a greater extent. That is the first advantage. Second is uh, the international faculties supervising the uh, process, how the surgeons is doing, whether they're doing it properly or not. As we talk now, you're in Delhi, I am in Chennai. See, these kind of interaction, the camera can focus the surgical field very clearly. So that poses a greatest advantage for all the participants. So one shot for both sides, that for the participants as well as the trainer, need not spend their energy and money for traveling from one place to another. And it is as precise as that, as if they are having a proper model on their hand. Being a video coverage, they can see the live video, what the participant is doing from there. When they see that, they can adjust, as we all correct. If I'm making some mistake from here, you can see that through the camera and you can correct me. Similar way it is happening with this virtual program. So that has become a need of the day, and that is going to be a future for these kind of programs. So virtual program is highly successful as far as lab part is concerned. And even for live surgical programs, we started doing live surgical programs, and people are watching from even the world renowned macrovascular surgeons or cancer surgeons are watching, and they're also giving their inputs. It's casually, when they pass through that, they can give a comment and it has to be done like this. If I'm in the position, I can do like this. Those kind of comments and inputs are given by the even the international faculties, those who cannot come and teach their students overseas or benefited out of this. That is the main advantage of this virtual program.
That's great, sir. So we are sure you must have faced many problems before, starting this initiative. So what were the setbacks that you faced while implementing your idea?
First problem is like the duration of the procedure. Most of the cancer patients in India are unaffordable, beyond the poverty line, below the poverty line. And early detection is not that easy for them to know that there's a cancer. Second is the habitual part. Apart from the habitual, many of the habitual part is left unnoticed. We are all concentrating only on tobacco and smoking and other things. Even the spicy food can precipitate oral cancer. That is left with, we are all sticking on to the colorectal cancer, but in fact even the non-habitual patients are having oral cancer, which is the cause for the, it is not idiopathy, which is not the unknown cause, which is the spicy food is the main aspect. Especially the southern part of India and the eastern part of India, lot of people consume lot of spicy food, masala kind of food. Those kind of things can definitely precipitate oral cancer or a precancerous lesion. When the patient comes to that level, he need not go for such extensive procedure. So with this, that is the one challenge. Early detection is very unlike the other countries. Other countries, they have a periodic checkup with the dentist and the oral surgeons. So they find out they detect the lesions very early stage, and they are giving a very promising results. And the outcome is very good actually. Even the many of the eastern part, Korea or Taiwan or those kind of places, they have insurance in the hospitals. The patient can freely walk into that, despite the low economic standards. They also can get detected with the early cancer. Those patients are treated properly, and their lifestyle is really returning to the normalcy, which is not happening in India. India is becoming the world capital for oral cancer. Within another 5 years span of time, India will be number one in oral cancer. Not only the habits, but also the lifestyle changes. Second is the kind of oral hygiene they maintain. Especially the sharp tooth is one of the main causes for tongue cancer. They keeps on pricking. See, if you take a pin and keep on pricking in your hand or wherever the organ, one fine day that becomes a cancer. The same thing is happening to sharp tooth. So the dental part should not be ignored, should not be given the least importance as we all think actually, especially the rural area and suburbans. They are not aware the importance of dental part. So the dental component, which is sharp tooth, which can keep on pricking the lateral surface of the tongue, the side of the tongue, eventually that becomes a oral cancer one fine day. That awareness is the greatest challenge from a surgeon's point of view. Second is treatment by the duration of the surgery, not less than 10 hours we have to operate. So in the last month, we have operated 23 hours, 23 cases in 1 month of 7 days only left free for us. So that shows the amount of work, amount of manpower which is needed. And the 23 hours operating time is falling on the head of the patients. And on the other side, the patient is not able to face the expenses. So the doctor, the surgeon who is operating has to compromise the cost from his part, as well as the hospital has to help in that way. So that is the second challenge. Third is the outcome. First 3-4 days, patient will have some kind of complication that needs a total attention, which has to be addressed at the earlier. Early detection of the complication and addressing the complication and bringing back to the patient to the normalcy is the third challenge. These are the only three challenges we have seen in this 17-20 years span of time. And we keep on refining, and we are advanced lot of techniques. Instead of sewing the suturing materials, that has become advanced gadgets like couplers have come. Lasers are used for doing the anastomosis. Anastomosis is nothing but connecting the blood vessels. So when you do that, the operating time is considerably reduced. So that is reflecting on the financial part of the patient, which is helping the patient a greater way. Patient is recovering fastly. Second is the operating time is reduced and the cost is also reduced. So complications are inevitable part of any kind of, I mean, life, of course, but manageable complications that we are doing that actually. Now we are in the position to give a results with more than 98 percentage with this kind of surgery. But the process has to be trusted, right? That the 98% of success, which will not be immediately the patient until the patient has to recover. So definitely that will happen. That will take some time, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We have to. In between, we may need one more surgery to do that. So we have to trust the process. We are traveling from the first day to the 23rd day. We have to trust the process. That will happen. That is happening. In that way, we are gaining 98% of success rate in that.
So hopefully you'll be able to come up with many more techniques to, overcome all these challenges that you just mentioned. And
Uh,
so, yeah, you were saying
yeah, please.
something.
Carry on.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been 14 years since you started working on this initiative. So how content are you with the outcome, and what are your future like growth plans when it comes to Vision?
Yeah, Dijan is aiming to do conduct. We are doing unofficially, means without any formal program. We are doing with the graduated BDS people, those who have done the basic dental degree. We are training them in the part of anastomosis. Anastomosis, as I said, connecting the blood vessels with the aid of microscopes. So that is going to give a lot of job opportunities in future, because many of the Western countries, most of the Western countries, the doctors are doing the connection part, that is connecting the blood vessels, are not done by the doctors, not by the surgeons. They are trained technologists, the technicians. Literally, they are called technicians. They do only connection blood vessels. That's it. So that has to be done for our BDS graduates, so that they will get the more of chances for getting a job. Number one. Second is, when it is done in a team, it has got a huge spectrum of work, and the more focus will be on the specific part by the surgeon. When we work in a team, the teamwork is not that much encouraged in India, places in countries like India, unlike US or European countries. They have a team. One person, one team will be operating only on the cancer part. The other team will be harvesting the flap. Flap is nothing but tissues obtained from the leg or thigh or chest, whatever it is. They will be harvesting that. And connecting the blood vessels with the facial vessels done by a different team. So totally 15 people, 12 to 15 people are working on one patient. So when we do that kind of job, then the teamwork is encouraged. The focus will be more on that specific part. So the students, the patients are benefited, and as we discussed, the operating time is much reduced. Well, I keep on telling about operating time, isn't it? That is because that stress caused by the surgery, there is no treatment for that. So earlier the recovery, better the outcome. Any kind of surgery. When the patient is under general anesthesia for a limited period of time, the recovery will be faster, and the stress is reduced, and the recovery will be even more. The patient can return to normalcy. That is advantage. So when we work on team, the work is divided and the focus is more on the specific field. So in that way, we are doing, actually, we are not into a formal way of training for dental graduates, whereas maxillofacial surgeons are already doing the job properly. We have a proper training methodology, and Dental Council of India has given a clear guidelines how to execute all these things. So based on that syllabus, we are training this people those who are doing maxillofacial surgery or other faculties to take this training as a career. So in this way, that is the main motive of this Dujan, to train the basic dental graduates.
Great.
So we got to know that you have such a hectic schedule. So how do you balance your
Sorry,
you have such a hectic
sorry.
schedule? So how do you balance your professional and your personal life?
When it becomes a passion, we have to forget the personal. There is nothing. The profession has become an integrated part of family life. In my those who are working with me are all my family only. Like that, it is goes. And the principal basis, like unlike other surgeries, which is 3 hours, 4 hours, go doing some work and going back home at the 5 o'clock, that has to be compromised. And my part is concerned, we committed for for the students as well as for the patients. I belong to Savita Dental College, Savita University, and many students are getting trained for this type of programs. And on the other hand, we are helping the poor patients to get benefited out of it. So those two factors fueling us to do more kind of free work like this, despite spending so much of time and the personal time and other things. Once it is there, we Saturday Sunday we never work. So those kind of management is there, and we have that uh, uh, other programs like energy refreshing programs. It's a part of our own training, so we give training for from that also, yoga kind of thing, for shortly speaking. We call it as cognitive hypnotherapy or breathing pattern, breathing exercise. Every 23 minutes the nostril will change the breathing pattern. One nostril will be free, and after that this will get blocked and the other will become in within 23 minutes. So the mindset changes. When the breathing changes, the mindset also will change. The participants will get energized, re-energized very soon. So that gives a lot of energy for the operating surgeon, and definitely you can manage, balance family and the profession in such a way.
So, what do you think about the initiative taken up by Prabhisha in creating a global startup ecosystem? So, how do you think would Prabhisha be able to help you?
First of all, I should thank Dr. Divya, who introduced Mr. Pratyush to get used to this Pratyusha group of network. And this wonderful system he has created right now. Since I'm there for the last 1 year, I'm seeing a lot of things he's doing. Apart from the service, he's helping the professional to get promoted in such a way that they'll also get exposed to the society. So same kind of pattern I would like to include myself in this pattern of publicity. It's genuine publicity, not for like not a fake this thing and all. It's originally it is done, and encouraging people like us will give lot of energy to move power to us, and we can execute lot of things for the patient benefit as well as for the students. So Prabhisha network will expose us globally. That's what I'm expecting, and that is happening also. I'm not expecting, it's happening. It's already happening. So when this happens, a lot of patients will come to know about us, and a lot of students will come to know about us, so that they will, both of them will get benefited from us, and it will be a mutual also sometimes. So that is what I expected from this network. And many doctors, those who are not known, known like me. Many of them are from a different part, who are all not known to everyone, neither for the patient nor for the colleagues. Patient people may not be knowing us. So this network will definitely bring everything into the light, and I think it will be beneficial.
So do you have any piece of advice for people who are planning to start something on their own and might be a bit apprehensive about it?
I couldn't understand. You mean to ask that beginners can learn? Can you repeat, please?
any piece of advice, since you started something on your own, so any piece of advice for someone, for others like you who want to start something on their own, but they might be a bit hesitant about it or apprehensive about it.
Yeah, self-made is the best way of learning, in my opinion. That is the first thing. Whatever we teach, whatever we stand next to us, what we have observed in this 15 years span of time is like they have the basic support in their mind that my senior is next to me. So whatever complication comes, he will manage. That should not be there. Once he leaves that place, that will be a problem. The confidence is lost. See, one if the person is doing one surgery, that is not fruitful. The outcome is not really successful. That is equal to 100% failure. So what I feel is like imagine your senior is not next to you and execute. And when you're operating on your own, imagine your senior is next to you and you're operating. So both we have to change. It is an imagination only, but still. And the second is don't worry about outcome, success or failure. It keeps on. See, we have done more than 700 and 900, 700 to 900 cases approximately of the same unique this thing alone, the micro alone. So the percentage of loss is hectic initially from the society point of view, from the patient point of view, sometimes the colleagues point. They will not be encouraging why you want to break your head like this, why don't you give up, why don't you go for a conventional way of doing this. It is an easy job, 10 to 5, can go home and sleep. So that failure should be faced perfectly, positively. This is going to pass, and one fine time we are going to execute we are going to give the results as we wish. So those kind of consistency should be there. Forget about failures. Discuss with your seniors. They will help you. These are all the outcomes. When we come together like this, in that way, I should thank this Pravisha to, like, if somebody else is there and asking me how did you overcome the failure, then I'll be able to execute. I'll be able to tell. So one interesting episode happened I mean, the month of last month, I think, December or November. November, we had a great problem. The rarest complication happened for my patient. Imagine the patient has come with one small defect, and we are doing one point of time it has become a very hectic problem, very complicated issue we happen to face. But we resolve that. Solution is always there. We have to find out where it is. That's it. We found out and we solved. But that took 20 days time, 25 days time. In the 25 days time, we have to be patiently confident that is going to happen as per our plan. So we have to reassure the patient, we have to reassure the attenders, those next to them, and your own colleagues. They'll be having multiple concept thinking, and we have to streamline that. That is the only challenge that the beginners should learn. So first of all, do it on your own. And nowadays, lot of media, social media, YouTube, everything has come. You need not think about anything else. You keep on refining this. And second thing I want to tell for all the surgeons or whatever, even for normal people, before something happens, before you plan the procedure, you let the movie of that, that the movie of the plan run in your mind. Do mental rehearsal. I used to do that mental rehearsal. I keep on imagining the patient is coming, lying down. All the whole scene will be in your mind. So this without any conditions, unconditionally, I'll be watching the movie. So I'll be doing this. I'll do that. So, the surgery has already been done in my mind before I start doing this. So once that is happening, the execution on the table is very easy for me. In my opinion, that is the model surgery. Instead of cutting on something on this, cutting in my mind, that will give a lot of power and you can finish the process very easily. Mental rehearsal is very important. These three things I would like to insist for the people, those who want to. That nothing is. I think this will be applicable for everyone. For those who don't belong to this profession, also will be knowing this. So do a mental rehearsal before you do something on this, so that will give the successful outcome.
It was quite useful, a very useful piece of advice indeed. Uh, so, sir, to make like these interview sessions more interesting, we have recently come up with a new section called the rapid fire round. So we would be throwing questions at you, just some fun, make it a bit fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throwing questions at you, and you're supposed to answer as quickly as you can and keep it short.
Yeah.
So, shall we start?
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
Okay, sir. So, if you could trade your lives with anyone for a day, who would that be and why?
Sorry. Sorry.
If you
I
could just,
can't.
if you
If
could
you
just
could
uh,
train.
trade. If you could trade your life with someone for a day, who would that be and why?
Trade, is it?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't
Trade.
understand. Hear the word trade. Trading.
Trade. Yes, sir. Like exchange lives. Exchange lives with someone.
I want to say, but is it the right place to talk? I don't know. I have in my mind, but should I tell that? Will
Yes,
that
sir.
be affecting the
Yes.
the privacy of the other person?
No, nothing like that, sir. Could be
Okay,
any
leave
fun.
that question. I have in my mind. I can answer personally, but not now. Let it be in the different way.
Okay, so we would skip this question. So,
Hmm.
if one fine day you wake up on Mars, what would you do for fun?
Mars.
Yes.
Mars.
Mars, is it?
Yes, sir.
Mars. I want to see. Actually, this is very interesting for me. I'll take a little time to describe about this. Mars is the planet for related to blood in the human body. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but uh, Mars is a red color planet which is close to the sun and which has got the direct relationship with the blood. Any surgical procedures done in southern part of India, especially Tamil Nadu, that is called inauspicious day. Mangalwar, you all call, no?
Right.
Mangalwar. This Mangalwar is not auspicious according to some of the southern people, but auspicious day for surgery actually. Since it is related to blood, it is an auspicious day for surgery. All my procedures I prefer do it on Tuesdays, which is related to the Kartikeya is the god of planning this planet of Mars. So if I'm going to the planet, nothing else other than that thinking about the surgeries, which I think we can do it very faster than what we can do it on the Earth.
Interesting. Describe yourself in 3 words.
I think I'm good.
Okay, fine, sir. So, if you were famous, what would you be famous for?
Kindness should be kindness, known for kindness from give unintentionally. I mean, unintentionally or you give whatever you can without any conditions. That's it. There is no enmity or rivalry. That's it.
Good thought, sir. So, one thing that you're most afraid of.
Patient outcome. We say something before surgery. If you're not able to give the result at the end of the day, I'm little until the patient leaves the hospital. I'll be scared. I mean, scared or concerned, whatever it is.
So, one thing that you're most proud of.
Nationality, Indian, always. No bar, no language, everything, no bar. In fact, global citizen. In Tamil, there is one saying, Yadum Ure Yavarum Kelir. That is, he has articulated this statement 3000 years ago. That man, Pungundran, has articulated this term, Yadum Ure Yavarum. Yadum means everyone, every place is my place. Every man is my man. Every human is my kith and kin. That's it. So that is the famous this thing I keep following. The language, culture, everything is all myth. Language is nothing but a voice, nothing but a sound, isn't it? You are making a different sound, I am making a different sound. That's called language. Similarly, culture based on that. So that is the one statement which I used to follow that. That's what I will be able to travel despite knowing nothing. I'm traveling throughout the country, more than 25 centers in the country now.
Uh, so if you had access to time machine, where and when would you go?
Sorry.
If you had the access to time machine, where would you like to go?
Place you mean to ask, is it? US, New York.
So, and what is the what is better, being organized or attention to details?
Attention to details.
Two
I'm
things,
not organized person at all. You can't be organized also.
two things you would like to change about yourself.
Sorry?
Two things you would like
Sorry?
to change about yourself.
Change about myself. I sleep a lot, eat a lot. That has to be changed.
And the last question.
And memory is very bad. I keep forgetting very often. Except patient, I don't know anything. Except surgeries, I don't know anything. So that I keep forgetting. That is one thing that has to be changed.
Last one is quality of life or quantity of life.
Both money wise quantity, lifestyle wise quality. Go for best both.
Uh, so this brings us to the end of the interview, and it
Thank
was
you.
really nice talking to you, sir. And
Thank
you
you.
know, a very useful and knowledgeable session indeed.
Thanks a lot. Hoping this will be useful for everyone. Let it not be a formal this thing, and let it go reach more number of people. And uh, whether I am reaching or not, the statements that I have given should reach. That is my
Sure.
motto of this presentation. Thanks a lot. Wonderful interview you have done. Thank you, Pratish and team, and the Pravisha network. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for your time, sir, and best of luck for all your future endeavors.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Good day.
Good day, sir.
Yeah.